SlapViper.
There will never be another wrestler like Himeka. I don't usually start out videos with this bold of a statement, but I mean this with 100% sincerity. In today's video, I want to explain why I believe that, but before we can do that, we must look back at the person behind the Jumbo Princess. Hana Arita, or more well known by her ring name Himeka, is a former idol and retired professional wrestler. Himeka has won several championships and wrestled in several promotions such as AWG, TJPW, Seedling, Wave, and Stardom. She went under the ring name Himeka and Himeka Arita. Before wrestling, she joined the idol group called Through Skills in May of 2016. Created by Asushi Tamura, the group's concept was more of a take on self-deprecation because they allowed insults, but they didn't care about the insults because they were so good. Himeka, being a larger woman, gave her the curse of the nickname Jumbo, which in faith was the perfect nickname for her. Through Skills would perform at AJPW shows, perform matches as support ambassadors, with then AJPW president Jun Akiyama trying to revive the old shop. After Through Skills broke up in 2017 and had their final performance in a sold-out Kuroken Hall, Himeka stayed a fan of professional wrestling and decided to train to become a pro wrestler without the blessing of her father, which will become a important detail later. Himeka retold the story of when Jun Akiyama told her, "It's not an easy path, but I hope you do well if you try." Jun Akiyama blessed Himeka with the jumping knee strike as one of her big maneuvers, a move Jun Akiyama adopted from the late Jumbo Tsuruta. Himeka debuted on Christmas Eve in 2017 for AWG under the name Himeka Arita, and in 2019 won the Beyond the Sea Tag Team Championships with Miyuki Takase from Seedling. In 2019, Takase and Himeka fought in the finals to decide a new AWG champion, and Takase won after a 20-minute battle. Himeka let her contract run out in March of 2020 and hopped over to Stardom in June of 2020 to join Donna Del Mondo. In Stardom, Himeka won the Artists of Stardom and the Gods of Stardom tag team titles, challenged for multiple top belts like the Wonder and World of Stardom championships, and has had notable matches with top stars such as Utami Hayashishita, Saya Kamatani, Julia, Shuri, Mayu Iwatani, and Maika, giving them some great matches in the process. She was a prolific tag team wrestler, mainly with Natsupoi and Maika respectively, and together as trios. Maika and Himeka were the main team, having a very queer-coded tones within their tag team, with Maika even putting a ring on Himeka's finger and alluding to getting married if they were to win the Goddess Tag League. During her time in Stardom, tragedy struck as her father sadly passed away in early July of 2022. Himeka made a tweet after the passing that wrote, "When I said I wanted to do wrestling, he said I can't send my daughter out there to die. I couldn't send my daughter off to a job that would kill her. I didn't want to scare him. I didn't want to worry him. So I didn't tell him. Later, I invited him to a big event. I thought I'd surprise him. I've been talking to my mom about it since the beginning of this year. It's too late now. It's too late now. I wanted him to see me in my costume. This is my biggest regret." She took the rest of the month off as a result of that. She came back still showing that fire she did before, which is incredible to think about knowing what happened. The passing of Himeka's father took a toll on Himeka, who in February of 2023 announced her retirement. Himeka stated that when she decided to wrestle at 20 years old, she would retire if she was happy with her position, and she wanted to retire while she was still healthy. Himeka went further into detail, stating harassment from people and the passing of her father also took big tolls on her, knowing she never got to show her father her passion. Himeka had a retirement road after that announcement, facing off against people she has faced in the past and people she's never faced off against before. Himeka had her final singles match in Stardom at All-Star Grand Queendom in 2023 in an incredible match with Maika. Before the match, Himeka and Maika talked about not going easy on each other and how Himeka will leave it all in the ring. The match got deeply emotional, Maika unable to hold back her tears and professing her love to Himeka before begging her not to kick out, as after the match they walked up the ramp together and embraced. for one final time on screen in a wrestling capacity. Himeka went away for her final non-Stardom match before she went into a gauntlet on May 14th, 2023 for Stardom in her final ever pro wrestling match. Funny moments and sad moments filled the gauntlet and made many people emotional, including me. She is still involved with wrestling, however, being there for Maika's red belt win and will be the referee for now Kakuta's last match as the two biggest examples of that. So, what you know now, what makes Himeka so special that I say there will never be another wrestler like Himeka. Her uniqueness as a wrestler and her whole story makes someone like her irreplaceable. Her uniqueness shines in her ability as a wrestler and in her promos. Starting with her ability, usually bigger wrestlers have an issue with selling, I feel. Not in the sense that all big wrestlers are bad at selling, but usually they're more dominant and don't need to sell as much as their smaller counterparts. But Himeka sold beautifully, and her facial expressions, while hilarious, also help her with selling. Her intensity with the moves really made her stand out well. Her jumping knee strike, her rainmaker, power bomb, her lariats. Himeka threw everything she had into her big moves and was able to get a reaction from those incredible moves. Her promos as well were very creative and engaging, either with the more somber ones like her final press conference with Maika and her final promo after the gauntlet, or with the more lighthearted promos like calling Tam Nakano the worst in the universe, the infamous hamburger promo, her press conferences with Shuri, Maihime in the tag leagues, or even the one with you and Maihime where they had a very funny debate about pickles. The craziest part about Himeka is that she didn't even reach her full potential yet. She was already very good in the ring, but many wrestlers don't hit that level until they're older. To be at the level and not even be at your peak is scary to think what her peak would have looked like. Everything she did looked so fluid and devastating. She was easy to laugh with and easy to root for. Himeka may have never won a singles championship in her career, but if there's one thing she has earned, it's the respect from all of her fans and peers around the world. Even a year removed from her retirement, we all love her and miss her. Thank you and happy birthday, Jumbo Princess. Thank you all so much for watching. Buy W and use SlapViperLLC at checkout for 10% off your W order. Donate to my coffee below if you want. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is Quincy of SlapViperLLC, and I'll talk to you all later. Take care.